Hi, I'm Cassie, and you're watching TIGR Review's Zombie Road on the Indie Game Report. Zombie Road is a 2 to 4 player card game in which players are trying to accumulate miles while running away from zombies. This game can be played competitively or cooperatively, and depending on the mode of play will determine how many miles players need to accumulate. This game is really easy to play, really easy to learn, so I'm going to show you how the game plays, and then I'll tell you what I think of Zombie Road. In Zombie Road, players are attempting to earn more miles while avoiding zombies. Each player starts with a hand of 3 cards which are kept face up for cooperative or face down for competitive. Players also receive a character card, which allows them a special ability. On a player's turn, they draw a card, then perform an action. The actions they can perform are dependent on the cards in their hand and the card just drawn. The card a player draws could be one of 6 kinds of cards. Mile cards, which are the points, essentially, of the game. If a player draws a mile card, they may use their one action for their turn to accumulate the miles on the card. Master cards are another type player may draw. These are semi-permanent cards which provide players with free actions, but if a new Master card is drawn, it will automatically replace the Master card if one is already in play, thus the semi-permanence. The next type of card is a Disaster card. These are cards which prevent you from performing certain actions or force you to perform harmful actions. In cooperative, the player who draws the card receives the disaster. In competitive, the player who draws the card can play it on an opponent. The next type of card is the Aide Card, and these are what players will use to remove disasters. If a player doesn't have a disaster in front of them, they can also use the card to accumulate miles. The last 2 card types are zombies and weapons. Zombies are, well, zombies. They are what will kill you in the game. In competitive, they force you to lose your miles when you die. In cooperative, if you die twice from zombies, you are out of the game. Zombies are fought with weapons. Each zombie has a level, as well as each weapon. Weapons used must be equal to or greater than the level of the zombie, and multiple weapons may be used to reach that level if needed. After a player has drawn a card and performed an action, they pass their turn. In a cooperative game, the game will end when either all members have died, or they reach the miles they needed for the difficulty level they are playing. In competitive, the first player to accumulate 75 miles will win the game. Those are the basics of Zombie Road. The first thing that I like to talk about with my reviews is the art, as that is the first thing you see in a game, and it is what is meant to attract you to the game. So with Zombie Road, the art is, honestly, I think the art is really great. Now the art goes to most of the cards that are not zombies, as there's only 15 cards of zombies in the deck. So you're not gonna have a lot of zombie art, but of the art that there is for the zombies, I'm glad that it wasn't like really scary or really grotesque, because sometimes with games that are this theme, this zombie apocalypse kind of theme, the art is just really gross and body parts are missing and you can see organs and there's just like blood dripping everywhere. And I'm just not really into that. So I really appreciate that Zombie Road did not take that route with the art for their zombies. Now I'm no graphic designer, definitely not, but I really like the art on these cards. They have this glow behind them, so they really stand out. The lines are right, like just really bold, and the colors are really bright, and they just work really well. Like the fonts worked really great. The symbols for like the character cards behind it are route symbols, so they kind of kept with like the road theme. And with some of the descriptions on some of the cards, they're put into like a road sign. So everything kind of like tied together with the theme of you're running on a road, trying to accumulate miles, running away from zombies. And it just made the game a lot easier to play. And I really appreciated how much detail and work went into making these cards look nice, but also work well and stay within the theme. So I definitely love the art, and I really, really appreciate that it is not gross and that it just kind of stuck with the theme. Now regarding the theme itself, I guess zombies are okay. I'm not huge on post-apocalyptic stuff, and you know, unfortunately zombie games can be kind of a dime a dozen. But this is, you know, just another zombie game, and it's a light game. You can play it pretty quickly and it's very easy to play. And I mean, you're just running on a road, basically accumulating miles, running away from zombies. Like, that's really the basics of the game. So, you know, the theme was fine. there's just so many zombie games out there, so it didn't like stand out to me like, ooh, this is a really cool new theme. And zombies aren't my thing usually, but you know, I could go either way with it. So I guess the theme is okay. Now regarding the gameplay, this game was very easy to play and it was very punishing. So there's so many different ways that you could fail. And a lot of the time it kind of felt like it was just really a luck of the draw and there's nothing you could do, there was no recourse action you could take. So for example, if you drew the zombie bite in your opening hand, you die with your opening hand. You don't even get to do anything or react to it, you just get bit by a zombie and you die. And if you're playing in competitive and you die, you lose all your miles. And then if you get a new hand of cards and the first card you draw is a zombie, you die and you have to start all over again. So the game was just like really punishing. And you know, with cooperative too, you only get to die twice and it's still with that similar luck of the draw. If you just happen to draw 2 zombies in a row and you don't have any weapons, I mean, there's nothing you can do, you just die. So it was just really punishing and I felt like there were some things that could have been done with the game to make you feel like you have more options with what you can do. With some of the cards, like with the aid cards, you can cash them in for miles if you can't use them because you have no disasters in front of you. And sometimes it would, like, if you have a disaster in front of you and you draw the right aid card, resolving it was a lot of fun. But again, it was all at like the luck of the draw. And I just kind of wish there was a little more, like it wasn't bad and the game was really easy. You just draw a card and then take an action. So there wasn't like a lot of hard like thinking in the game. And it kind of felt like at some point you're just playing what you can play. You know, you've got 3 cards in your hand and, you know, cooperative or competitive. You just have these cards in your hand and you just have to play, I guess, what you can play. And so at some points it was kind of like, I'm not really doing anything, I'm just playing the game. So I guess in that aspect, I just wish that there was more, just like more for me to do, more options for me to take, as opposed to, well, I've got these cards, I guess I'll just play this card because that's really all I can do. But this game is a light game and it doesn't take up a lot of table space. So if you're looking for a lighter zombie game and you're not looking for a game that's going to make you think about this and think about that, and you just want to play something fun and easy, this is definitely one of those games. I just often prefer games that give me a little bit more. I just want to have a little bit more opportunity or like control over my hand, a little bit more control over what's going to happen to me. If I draw a zombie card and I have no weapons in my hand and my, you know, let's say I'm in cooperative and nobody else at the table has weapons that would be able to help me, you're just kind of like, well, I guess I'm dead. And I felt like maybe there's something, you know, like maybe you could get a second chance, or now you're wounded by the zombie depending on like its level. And I don't know, it just felt like there could have been a little bit more opportunity to have control over what's going on with your hand and what's going on with the deck. Overall, I thought Zombie Road was fun to play. I just think that it's going to be one of those lighter games that's going to just be a quick filler. We play it, someone dies or someone wins, and then we move on. And I don't think it's going to be a game that sticks in my head as like something I'm going to want to play every day, all the time, over and over. But it's definitely a game that I'll find myself playing in between some of the heavier games. Zombie Road will be hitting Kickstarter soon, so if you'd like to get a copy for yourself or just want to learn more about the game, there's information about how to do that down below. If you would like the Indie Game Report to check out your game, feel free to check out our website down below. Thanks for watching TIGR Reviews Zombie Road from Rampage Games. I'll see you next time.